welcome back. I am Michaela Frank. Hello again. And I have here with me
Claire LaBeaux.
Can you tell me a little bit about, for those who don't know, about you, your organizations, and yeah, what you do?
Sure. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer both for NASEF and USEF. NASEF is the Network of Academic and Scholastic Esports Federations. We're an international group that provides a framework to help schools or after-school programs for kids in K-12 to develop whatever it is they want to do. If they're going to bring esports in during the classroom day, if they're going to do it after school, to give them the tools they need to sort of jumpstart what they're doing and be able to plug into competitions and education and that kind of thing. And then also the United States Esports Federation is new for NASEF to be managing, and it is a professional organization, and we have at this moment players en route to the World Esports Championships in Romania representing the United States. So that's super exciting.
Yeah, that sounds so exciting. Yeah. As someone who works with Scholastic Esports also, with just Texas, managing like a global network is quite a task because I think every state is different, every country is different. How are you guys managing that task?
I think what makes what we do different from what you do is, I believe in Texas, you say, here's how we're running the program and accomplish things this way.
Yes.
What NASEF does is we provide a framework. We have tons of tools that are available free.
Yeah.
So we have toolkits on how to start up a club. We have a sample code of conduct.
Yeah.
We have suggested 8 steps to starting a club. We have a general manager training and framework. So we have all of these things that help develop a program, and then the different schools decide what they want to adopt or what parts they want to bring in.
Okay. Oh, Ansley, hello. Pull up a chair.
Come on in.
For you guys, actually. So
Oh, well, here we are.
it's very
Yeah.
good timing.
Yeah, no problem.
Perfect.
All right. Introduce yourself, please.
Okay.
For those who don't know.
Hello. Hi, I'm Ansley Partosa. I am the marketing specialist at NASEF. So I do a lot of graphic design, video work, and a lot of social media management. So tag NASEF whenever you're doing cool scholastic esports.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yes.
definitely. Yeah. So we were talking about the global aspects of esports, and especially within the scholastic space, I think is very much so different. And I know Danielle would not be ashamed to say that we copy a lot of stuff from you when we first started.
That's the point. That's the point, is that we've developed a framework, and then we say, here it is, adapt it so it works in your region.
Yeah.
Because your districts are going to be a little bit different than California, than New Jersey, than
Yeah.
Japan, right? So
Yeah,
you
definitely.
take what's there, and then you mold it to what you want to do.
Yeah, and you guys actually do a lot of global efforts too. Because I remember last year when with the Menacraft and everything, and you connected the kids from the Middle East to us in the U.S. That was so amazing. So talk a little bit more about the programs you have coming this year, and what we can look forward to.
Sure. So what you're describing is one of our Minecraft programs.
Yes.
Minecraft is so popular for kids to play, right? And for kids, regardless of age. And so we always will offer Minecraft programming. We have a great partnership with the Rube Goldberg Institute. And so Rube Goldberg machines, if for some reason you don't know, is a crazy contraption to accomplish a very simple task. And this is a really popular middle school science project, especially. It teaches kids physics and engineering. Well, what we've done is taken that into the virtual world in Minecraft. We also have our really popular Minecraft program called FarmCraft. We coordinate that in conjunction with the U.S. State Department and their American spaces around the world, so that literally kids who enjoy programming provided by embassies or American spaces in their country have the opportunity to learn about agriculture and modern farming. And they go into this custom FarmCraft world that's so fun, little tractor that I am known for driving into the ocean because I'm not very good. But you decide as a player, am I going to use a drone to water or a sprinkler? Am I going to hand till or use tractors. And in doing that, you're making trade-offs between how fast you can do things, the revenue you can generate, and the impact on the environment. And so then we challenge kids to play all different ways. Try to make the most money you can. Now try to have the least impact on the environment. And they learn about some of the decision making that's going into, you know, bringing food to the store. So next time they're at the grocery store or their local market, then they have a better understanding of what has gone into that process. So that's Minecraft. We have other stuff going
That's
on
just
too.
one part of
that's
it.
just one little angle.
Yeah. Tell us more about, like, you know, other things that you guys are doing. Like,
All right. Well, the game tournaments have not been announced yet, but we will, of course, always have some esports tournaments because in NASEF, what we talk about is that esports are really a magnet that draws students into the programs, and then we have an opportunity to teach all kinds of different career pathways.
yes.
And so we've got to have those tournaments. That's how we're authentically in the space. So those are coming up soon also.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us a little insight on, like, titles, formats, and maybe, like, is it globally? Is it just in the U.S.?
We kind of have a mix. Most of our esports tournaments and the game events are U.S. focused.
Okay.
But then a lot of the other programs in Minecraft are global. So
Okay.
it depends a little bit just which platform that we're playing on. I don't know if I can give you a sneak peek. I'll say that Rocket League is always popular, and we have a really extremely very special Rocket League activation planned that we haven't said anything about, but I am super excited about.
I think it's so secret. I'm not sure if I know about it.
Yeah.
That's a very well kept secret.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how you guys are keeping secrets, but it's so hard in this space.
It is so hard in
It
this
is. Oh my
space.
goodness.
That is the truth. Yeah. Ansley, do you want to talk about the curriculum that we offer and some of the programs we have for teachers?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. So I hope I like do it justice because I don't really speak on the curriculum a lot. But there's so much to be said about like what NASEF does for emotional social learning. There's a lot of very hands-on and like trying to get the STEAM integration because like when you're creating or when you're doing esports, there's so much like communication, right? And there's a lot of things that it's like playing games is not just like mindlessly pushing buttons. Like there's a lot of strategy behind it. So then when you tie in the curriculum of like it's made by NASEF affiliates and teachers, and that's just like such a good and really cool resource because you can just go into the website and find what they've had.
Right, right. So the curriculum that Ansley's talking about is called our community library, and that's made specifically by NASEF Scholastic Fellows. So those are people who go through an application process, and then they're selected. We take about 25 a year, and they're from all over the world, and they are in this amazing community of practice that I wish I had something like that for my own field because the collaboration among these teachers is fantastic.
Yeah.
Where they're bouncing ideas off of each other and that kind of thing. Well, by the end of the year, they do a capstone project where they develop curriculum in their area of expertise. So we have everything from, an art teacher that did a course, history, a librarian. We had somebody write Discord for teachers, which is really
okay.
good. Yeah, that's an awesome resource.
love that.
I might need to
Used a
steal
lot.
that because I know our teachers definitely need the Discord training
Right,
because a lot of them don't understand.
Yeah, well, the good news is you don't have to steal it because it's free. So that is the thing about NASEF. We're a nonprofit, and so the resources that we offer are free. So if you just go in and register to join NASEF, which takes, 45 seconds, then you immediately have free access to all of the curriculum that we publish.
Yeah. No, I do love the fact that, because I didn't know that when I first started as a teacher, learning all the esports stuff and looking for resources and things like that, NASEF was definitely, one of the main one that I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys have so much information. And like, it was very, very useful, like as a starting point, like, learning how to like create a club, the code of conduct that I definitely also took that.
Having a
And-
good code of conduct is like so key when you're starting
Definitely.
esports clubs, you know?
Yeah, and definitely the curriculum that was like available. I'm like, how are these things free? Because as teachers, everything that you look for, everything that's useful is always like has a price tag, and like having access to free tools is definitely invaluable.
Right, and quality free also,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And that's
Oh my
something that
God.
we're so proud of, that, this community library, these are teachers who work together and collaborate and then vet each other's work before it's published. We have English language arts curriculum and career technical education pathways that are outlined. And those were developed within the Orange County Department of Ed
And my
in
favorite is
California
Crash
and
Bandicoot.
reviewed and
I
approved
always
by
have
the
to mention
state.
Crash
And,
Bandicoot.
just everything we have, our systems for our clubs were backed by
Thank you.
research from
Excited
the
to be
University
here.
of California, Irvine. So we started off, we had a theory. We did it for a year, and then they did research and said, are we doing what we want to do? Are we improving attendance? Are we improving STEM learning? Are we
Yeah.
helping the kids develop personally? Are they looking at careers they want to pursue? And then they said, maybe we should take this approach.
Yeah.
So then we refined it a bit, and then we did some more research, and we refined it a bit. And so that process, then you come up with something that's really impactful, and that's, we are 100% here for the student impact. And
Yeah.
we're so fortunate to work somewhere where that's our goal, is how do we help these kids develop personally and develop for careers.
Yeah.
That is amazing because I think stepping outside of education and trying to make a difference, trying to push things either legislatively or maybe working with other people who trying to improve upon, try to prove that this is actually making a difference. Having the data, the research, and the numbers, I think really helps.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Another way, I just realized, another type of program that I haven't mentioned yet is our Beyond the Game challenges.
Oh, yes.
I love these because I keep saying we're trying to help students develop career pathways, right?
Yeah.
So with a Beyond the Game challenge, what we do is we give them a way to compete that's not in an esports title.
Okay.
And we've been doing recently a challenge called Why We Play, which is video production. And
Ooh,
so
yeah.
when I'm telling you, the heartstrings, when you ask a student why they play esports and you are not expecting the answers that you get usually,
you
right?
don't.
Because most people think, oh, because they want this game or they want this glory or whatever. It's almost always about the relationships.
Yes.
Almost every
Yes.
video that's submitted is about the
Yep.
relationships. But so we're having them analyze, what am I in this for? Or what are my friends in this for? And then submitting a video about it. So that's really cool. So we have Beyond the Game, Why We Play, and then we're also going to do one called How We Practice. So we want to capture. So we want to know at TechSF, at all these other affiliates,
Yeah.
what are students doing to improve?
Yeah.
What kind of routines do they have? Are they healthy? Are they stretching the way you're supposed to?
Yeah,
are
definitely.
They just, how are they approaching things?
I've seen, I was going to say, I've seen in, I think, the Dallas area, a friend of mine was teaching kids in Smash Bros. Ultimate how to practice, or because there are, in fighting games, there's different kind of combos that you can do.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, you can implement it as many times as you want. You can be as fast as you want pushing the buttons, but not knowing situationally how to practice, or knowing that it's like if I played piano and I played the same song or the same scales every single time. It's like, okay, you're really good at scales, but did you do the whole music song that you're supposed to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, that's an excellent point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then one of the other challenges that we have coming up is an entrepreneurship challenge.
Ooh.
So
Oh my goodness.
we've teamed up with a game that's called Venture Valley.
Okay.
Where kids play in Venture Valley and they learn, you start up a business. I was an epic fail at this game. When we all learned
It was hard.
It was hard, but-
Entrepreneurship's hard.
Yeah, so they, making decisions about, okay, I have X amount of dollars. How much am I going to put to marketing? How much am I going to put to, product improvement? How much am I going to pay my staff? And then all those things impact your profit, right? Because you can
Yeah,
only
definitely.
pay low wages for so long before it affects your business and people don't come back anymore, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so we have that coming up too. So we have a lot going on that's, kind of fun,
Yeah.
and I think some new things that people are going to be really excited about.
Yeah, that sounds really, really exciting. I mean, I don't have a team anymore, but like, I really wish I do because these all sound so much fun.
Talk to your friends, bring it into their teams.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, that's really, really great. Okay, so is there anything else you want people to know? Any last words as we're wrapping this up? I know, like, you keep saying, like, there's so many more things that you can't say, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, Ansley, I mentioned at the beginning the United States Esports Federation.
yeah.
Do you want to talk just for a second about the teams that are going to Romania?
Yeah. So we have a couple of teams going from the United States to represent the United States Esports Federation to Yash, Romania, and it's for the World Esports competition championship. Yes, World Esports Championships, and it's such a big deal because there's so many different countries that are involved that are going to be competing in various games. Like we have a Dota team, we have a CS:GO male and female team, we have. I'm trying to think of all of the other
We have
ones.
eFootball. and
Yes,
I think
eFootball, Tekken, and I believe that's all of them. There was like 5 or 6. So it was like a lot of people that had either they competed in other competitions to be qualified to go to WEC or IESF's competition, and it's been a very big project for us because we just partnered with USEF this year, and we couldn't be more proud of like the whole team getting it together. One of the fun things that I like to tell people is I made the little logo. So if you guys, I know, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it on their jerseys. Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's so fun to be part of this movement where esports is just, I mean, it's been gaining traction for a
Oh,
while,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
But I mean, we're just right at the forefront now where, like, this World Esports Championship, I think there are 110 countries represented.
Oh my
It's-
god.
And
yeah.
I know we're on the cusp of the Olympics having esports, right? So there
I
are
know.
all these things that are right around the corner. It's so fun to be part of all of that for sure. Yeah,
Definitely.
I just remembered another game. It was Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Oh, thank you.
Mobile
You are
Legends,
right.
right.
How could we forget MLBB? Because that event was so fun.
That
to
was
be
so
at.
cool.
Yeah.
Claire went to the qualifiers in Las Vegas. This is how I know like esports is such a big grown thing that they can put on a huge production like that.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. So, and I know from last year's World Esports Championships,
Yeah.
this year's will be amazing also. So make sure you're following us on our socials so you can see all the updates on that.
Yes.
And if you're not a member yet, it is completely free to join NASEF. It's nasef.org, NASEF.org. There's a bright orange join now button at the top, and it's totally free to join. And you get access to all these loads of resources that we've been talking about. So we would welcome anyone who's connected to K-12 come and play.
Yeah, definitely. And even if you're not, you can always follow them and support the U.S.
Absolutely.
and support NASEF. And they have, and if you're a parent or whatever, there's a lot of resources for you to learn and to give to either your teacher or your students. And I think, NASEF is just a great, great resource. I've used it a lot and I love it. So, all right, thank you.